Trying to pull up that live stream again, see what they comment this time. Who's up? Does this team good? I don't know. Never heard of them. Not a conference, right? Yeah. Why are we playing them now? We always put a couple games. Just in between conference games. Yeah.
Good evening, fans, and welcome to Clover Field Stadium on the campus of Swarthmore College for tonight's non-conference men's soccer game between the Lycoming College Warriors and your Swarthmore College Garnet. Escorting the Garnet on the field are the Ridley United Raptors, coached by Chris Capazzoli and Jeff Warwick. Let's give the Raptors a warm Swarthmore welcome. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Warriors. A junior from Baltimore, Maryland, number 6, Jared Moses. A sophomore from Edgewood, Maryland, number 7, Tajon Willis. A senior from Bear, Delaware, number 8, Tanner Fung-Wang. A junior from Carlisle, Pennsylvania, number 9, Alex Henry. A sophomore from Laurel, Maryland, number 11, Kalu Ume. A freshman from Bel Air, Maryland, number 12, Jason Butler. A junior from Bethlehem, Connecticut, number 18, Leland Malloy. A sophomore from Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, number 20, Colin Wean. A senior from Wexford, Pennsylvania, number 21, Nick Thornton. A freshman from Baltimore, Maryland, number 26, Braden Wise.
I feel like that name Leland Malloy sounds super
And in
familiar.
goal for the Warriors, a freshman from Great Barrington, Massachusetts, number 00, Kevin Kelly. Lycoming is coached by Nate Gibney. He is assisted by Austin Kelsey, Luke Klingler, and Jordan Logan. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Swarthmore Garnet. A sophomore from Los Altos, California, number 2, Ben Loud. A sophomore from London, England, number 4, Ari Nevins. A senior from Culver City, California, number 5, Trevor Homestead. A senior from Baltimore, Maryland, number 6, Felix Lanigan. A senior from the Bronx, New York, number 8, Omri Gao. A junior from San Jose, California, number 11, Wujin Shin. A freshman from Washington, D.C., number 16, Bless Kushase. A sophomore from Cranston, Rhode Island, number 19, Io George.
Can you sing this?
A junior from Rivervale, New Jersey, number 22, Joe Borelli. A freshman from Baltimore, Maryland, number 29, Sean Nolan. And in goal for the Garnet, a freshman from Washington, D.C., number 0, Max Crawl. Swarthmore is coached by Eric Wagner. He is assisted by Kieran Dahlman, Tor Hotham, Harry Ishiropoulos, and Brendan Grady.
Harry's money.
Fans, at this time, we'll be presenting our national anthem.
Oh, I was talking about Ishiropoulos.
Don't stop addicted to the...
Good evening, fans, and welcome to the Swarthmore, the Garnet Sports Network for tonight's men's soccer action. Garnet taking on Lycoming College from nearby Williamsport, Pennsylvania, better known as the home of Little League Baseball. But it's soccer here tonight. Garnet coming off of a somewhat lackluster performance on Saturday night. They got taken down by Dickinson 4-0, and looking to rebound from that. My name is Jacob Brady, joined by Santiago Caicedo, as always. And,
Hey Jacob, how you doing?
Pretty good. So, Santi, what are you looking for from this team tonight to try to rebound from that Saturday performance?
Well, if you look at the game on Saturday, the Garnet had more possession, more shots on target. They really didn't seem to be having a particularly worse game. It's just they couldn't take advantage of the chances that they did have, and Dickinson was able to execute on every single one that they had. So I'm looking maybe for a little more execution from the Swarthmore team and some attacking intent while trying to recapture some defensive solidity at the back.
Yeah, defense was definitely the biggest issue for the Garnet on Saturday night. Some somewhat poor performances, at least compared to what we're used to seeing out of them from Ben Lau and Harry Nevins, the two center backs. The second goal of the night was scored on a header by, I believe it was Brendan McGovern of Dickinson. He had Ben Lau marking him, and just Ben Lau did not get up for the ball. Some changes to the starting lineup for tonight's game. Michael Gross is out, and Sean Nolan back in. He started the season when Michael Gross was not yet fit at that point. You see Nolan taking a step upfield, but also the biggest change for the Garnet in the keeper, Max Krall, freshman from Washington, D.C., taking over from Steinglass for tonight. We're not entirely sure on the reason for that, perhaps because it's a non-conference game here against Lycoming, so less important, but either way, we will be seeing the freshman make his first career start for the Garnet. He came in the second half of that Saturday night game and had one goal allowed. Steinglass let in 3. Lycoming come into this game 4-3 overall compared to the Garnet's 5-1-1. They're led in scoring by Jason Butler and Lance Klingler with 2 goals apiece, along with Colin Weand also with 2 goals, and then a number of guys down with 1 goal. And winning a foul along the far side is Joe Barilli. So practically a corner kick, but just a little bit up the field for the Garnet in the early going here, and a chance for them to potentially put a shot on target.
We'll see if they can take advantage of this early opportunity.
As you mentioned, they didn't capitalize on the opportunities they had against Dickinson. This is a good chance for them to change their fortunes here against Lycoming. Nevins and Lau pushing up into the backs. Lannion and Nolan remaining outside the box as the 2 high defenders. Homestead stands over it. Lifted up towards the back post. Lau with the head just over. And that Lau, I imagine, would want that ball back.
A great delivery there by Trevor Homestead, and Lau just couldn't bring it down, but a good early opportunity for Swarthmore. Hopefully they'll be able to build on it and get some more.
Nearly a chance for the Garnet to go ahead there in the 3rd minute. Ben Lau just slightly over the crossbar, but it'll be a goal kick for Kevin Kelly. Drives it down the center of the field, now headed forward. Cleared up ahead in the midfield. Tumushabe tries to hold it up, now into the path of George. Gall trying to get around the edge. Instead, he'll pass off to Lannion. That'll go out of bounds. Last touch by Lycoming for a Garnet throw. Throw will go short to Gall. He flicks it on up ahead. Now Lycoming trying to clear upfield. Barilli able to intercept, but goes just out of bounds. Throw back, and now a ball over the top looking for Kalu Ume. Kept in by Lycoming, now pushing up, looking for Tajon Willis, and cleared away. Push over to the top again.
Good ball there.
Fang Wang out wide. Barilli was able to get a block there as it was an attempted cross into the box. Now control at the side of the box. This is sent in. Crawl catches it.
Good job by Crawl dealing with that cross. He had the striker breathing down his neck.
Nevins has it at his feet. Now sends the long ball. Too short for Tumushabe. Fanjuang. And now out wide. Pushed up looking for Kalu Ume. And out of bounds out the back for a goal kick. So Crawl will get to test his leg for the first time tonight. And it's a pretty good one. Gall trying to get underneath. Nolan is there, leads it back into the middle for Homestead. And he'll reset to Nevins, his center back. Lanyon out wide to Barilli. Had a man coming on in his back. Now Nevins will try to get into the middle. George able to put a touch on, but loses it. And now Fanjuang trying to turn upfield. Throw for Lycoming. Wise will play it back to Josh Zingrab. Now brought upfield. They're looking over the top once again for Kaluume. Too much leg on it. Another goal kick for Crawl.
So far, it seems like neither team really has kind of hit their groove yet in the match, kind of trying to see what they're trying to do. Got a couple plays where Lycoming was trying to find a space down the wing to put a cross. Now they're sending long balls. They haven't really figured out what they want to do offensively in this game. And it seems like neither of Swarthmore, though. Once again, Max Crawl with a big leg. One of those kicks could really jumpstart an attack easily for the Garnet.
Yeah, that's the one thing that stood out to me so far in this game. Definitely has a bigger leg than Steinglass does, driving it well past midfield. So if they can get attackers up the field and manage to control one of those kicks from Crawl, could be a new sort of facet to their offense with Crawl in the game. Homestead will control and now leads it out wide for Nolan. Trying to pick his way through. Lau has it blocked off his foot by Jason Butler.
It really seems like in the early goings, the only way the Garnet are getting the ball past half field is on these goal kicks. They've been kind of, every time they get to around half field, they lose the ball. And it seems like the Lycoming midfield at least is doing a very good job from a defensive standpoint so far in this one. Although they just tried another one of those long balls and once again didn't succeed.
They've definitely been probing at this Garnet backline early on here. They've held up so far. Here's Homestead trying to get it out wide to Barilli, able to keep it in. Barilli fighting for along the sideline, now put out the side by Malloy for a Lycoming throw. That'll go out. Barilli trying to go quick. Instead, he'll let Lanyon come up to take the throw. Cleared up ahead. Lanyon able to get a touch on. Now goes all the way back down to Lau. Has to get it quickly out wide to Nolan. Upfield to Gall and intercepted. Forward to Ume. He had Braden Wise making a run, but was well defended. Now the through ball goes to Tumushabe, leaves it off for Gall. Pushing out wide, Barilli keeping it in, not quite.
Good job there. Oh,
yeah, referee signaling out of bounds there along the far sideline. On Barilli's initial attempt to keep that in with his head, couldn't quite do it. Throw for Lycoming, back to their center back. And now Wien steps upfield to Fanjuang. Now goes wide. All the way down into the corner. Corner kick, though, for Lycoming early on here. And it appears Tajon Willis will go over to deliver this corner. And they will all cluster up near the goal mouth, at least at the moment. Willis, the in-swinger, headed away nearly on the goal line there.
That's an interesting tactic there from Lycoming. I feel like they were just crowding the keeper so that he couldn't get to the ball. And so, therefore, once his delivery came in, if one of his players could just kind of nudge it in, Max Kroll would have a very difficult time getting his hands on the ball. See right there, the goalkeeper's completely surrounded, both by Garnet defenders and Lycoming attackers.
And it looks like it nearly went in just off the corner itself.
That may have been the intention. I'm not quite. I mean, I'm not sure. I didn't see it bend quite enough, but when you block out the goal like that, and if you're able to get it on target, that ball could very easily go in.
Pass goes back to Nevins, looking for the through ball at field to Barilli, able to get back onto it, and here goes Barilli, holds up for a second, and now pushes out wide for George. Overlaps with George, run off of it, now he keeps it in, wow! Oh, and just lost it over the back line.
That was a good 1-2 connection between Io George and Joe Barilli there. Just unfortunately couldn't quite keep it in. But that's the kind of interaction dynamic, quick runs, quick passes that you want to see. It shows that the team's getting a little more comfortable in the game, and hopefully they'll be able to link up some more passes and make some more opportunities.
It was Jared Moses who was defending him, and Moses actually overran it, which is what allowed Barilli to have a chance at saving that ball. Homestead able to intercept now into the path of Shin. Out wide for Barilli, but he loses his footing.
It looks like Shin just kind of overhit it a little, and Barilli didn't want to make that run, but Swarthmore does have to be a little more clinical with these passes early on. Now they're called for a push. Felix Lanyon with the foul.
It's Fanjuang who goes down, and he will push up into the box. So a free kick now for Lycoming. Pretty good spot for them. Set up along the top of the 18. Moses delivers too much on that ball.
Very poorly taken, that free kick.
Skies it way over and gives the Garnet a goal kick. Nevins clears it up ahead, but headed back in by Lycoming. And their height advantage in the back line seems to be working well for them so far in this game. George off the chest, able to clear it forward.
Good job, Io George there.
Showing off his track speed. He runs into...
I think they'll call the free kick on the initial hit there.
Yeah.
As afterwards he lost his balance and crashed into the other defender, but a good job with the little flick on getting past the defender by Io George, and good job earning that free kick.
And that's a surprising placement for that free kick, because I agree with you that
the initial contact was a little earlier, yeah.
That's where the foul should have been, which would be about 10 to 15 yards back from that, and it was only once George got out of control they ran into Wives. Homestead curls it toward the back post. Nevins trying to get the header, cleared away, but a foul in the box as I believe it's Fonjuang who goes down.
Yeah, it looks like Nevins just tried to kind of use Fonjuang as a little help on his way up for that header, but a good job with the free kick. If that foul had not been called, it might have just kind of jumbled around the box for a little, and maybe Swarthmore might have had a shot on goal.
So Kelly will send it down the field. Header won by Lycoming, and then Fonjuang tries to get it further down the field. Loss out of bounds, throw for Lanyon. Doesn't like what he sees, now tries to go up the line, looking for Tumushabe to turn back onto it. Gall able to settle, now goes back to Homestead. He has to send it back to Nevins. We'll switch over to Lau. Man coming on, now Nolan's got it. Pressure up the field from Lycoming. Now ball through, looking for Tumushabe. It'll be cleared back to Kelly, and he'll send downfield. Lanyon there, able to control it over to Homestead. Now out wide to Barilli. Here's Shin stepping upfield, takes a shot, and that skirts wide.
A good minute or so of play there from the Garnet. Great job by Sean Nolan finding Woojin with that pass, and a decent through ball to Bless Tumushabe, but the defender just had the better position, was able to run him off the ball. But still, Swarthmore immediately recovered and once again was able to build quickly towards the goal. They're clearly looking more comfortable in the first couple minutes where they kept losing the ball at around half field, but it looks like it'll be a battle of the legs tonight with the two keepers.
Foul committed by Gall, or perhaps Homestead. And it'll be a free kick just past midfield for the Warriors. Take it quick over to Moses. Now goes up for Ume, cleared out the side by Nolan. Throw back to Wise. Now lifted up towards the top of the box. Homestead able to get the head on. Cleared back down. Nolan gets the head. Into the path of Fonjuang for a second. Now Lau stepping upfield ahead to Tumushabe. Lau looks like he was going to push up into the attack as Gall dropped back as
now you can really see how kind of defensive-minded Swarthmore is right now. You know, they really have a lot of players dropping back. They don't have, so when they win the ball back, shot there. I'm not sure who took it, but saved by Max Kral. So when they build from the back, you see when they win the ball from Lycoming and they're attacking in strength. A good run there from Tumushabe.
Tumushabe getting back onto the end of it, cleared out the side, but a corner for the Garnet.
They don't really have a lot of wing support since everyone's kind of dropping back, and that kind of leaves Tumushabe isolated in that moment when usually Swarthmore would look for counterattacks through Barilli or through George. So that is kind of the sacrifice that Swarthmore is making. They're sacrificing that counterattacking possibility for a little more defensive solidity by having Barilli and George, and even the more creative midfielders drop a little deeper than usual.
Homestead will deliver this towards the back post again, trying to square it up. Nevins controlling, tries to take a shot, and now cleared out the side, but a Garnet throw.
See, once again, that was the kind of situation I was talking about. Homestead delivered a deep corner kick, and I believe it was Ben Lau who kind of headed it back into the middle. And Harry Nevins was able to get the ball and attempt a shot, but that kind of opportunity, that kind of confusion that it causes in the middle of the box can work to Swarthmore's benefit.
Homestead out wide for Gall. Now George in the box trying to get it back to Gall. And now Lycoming trying to get out of their own end. Up the sideline for Ume, loses it out of bounds. Wanted the call for the pressure in his back from Lau. They'll switch Nevins. And Homestead able to recover to that ball, though a foul called anyway as he was pushed in the back by Butler. Lau now will step up field. Goes long, thought George was making that run, but not quite on the same page, and out the back for a goal kick. So Kelly will prepare to send it down the field. Nolan able to get his head on, and Lannion clears up. Tumushabe leading it into the path of Shin. Gets back on the ball into the feet of Tumushabe. Now pushes through, but Kelly is there, as Shin knew that he had no chance to catch up to that ball.
Now it's just appears to be almost a game of long balls, as every time the ball goes back for a goal kick or ends up in the hands of Lycoming's keeper, his defense goes up to almost half field, and another free kick called in Lycoming's favor up there.
Nevins getting called for the for the foul. Now, a lot of whistles down on the field, but it looks like, at least to me, like Nevins had his feet taken out from under him, but apparently the referee saw it as Nevins going over the top.
We'll see.
Trying to create space. I thought he went straight up.
It looked like he went straight up, and the attacker moved backwards into him. I'm not sure it was a good call there by the referee, but then it seems that as Swarthmore tried to get in the way of a possibility of a quick free kick, they got into a bit of a shoving match and started having a few words, and that's where the whistles came in there from the referee, Trevor Homestead, in the middle of that interaction for the Garnet.
So it will be a free kick for Lycoming. Pretty good spot for them, about 25 yards out, as Moses along with Willis stand over it. And perhaps an opportunity to shoot directly at goal for them. Shot gets blocked by the wall as it was low. Pushed back down by Malloy. And headed away. Now a shot goes wide.
Good delivery there from the defender. I believe it was Leland Malloy.
Yeah.
And but well done by Harry Nevins to win that header in the box.
Kroll now with the goal kick. Haven't seen one of these from him in about 10 or 15 minutes. Homestead able to win the header. But now spinning back onto it comes Butler out into the path of Ume. Ume crosses it, nobody on the other end. As Max Kroll went sprawling for it, but just nobody there to receive the service in the box. Ahead to Tumushabe, and he gets pushed in the back from Weand.
It just seems like what happened there on the last plays there, after that goal kick, the defense in the midfield of Swarthmore just kind of separated a little, and as soon as Lycoming ended up with the ball, they had a ton of running room in between that gap. And that was able to allow the fast break to begin. And
Tumushabe whistled as Weand goes down. So they trade fouls and a free kick for the Warriors.
And now in the last couple of minutes, this game has become very stilted. A lot of goal kicks, just bombs up the field, and then foul, 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 another goal kick, and we'll probably see the teams try to kind of calm down a little, maybe slow down the pace and have a smoother run of play, because no team is really going to be able to build momentum with all these stoppages of play.
Butler back to Moses. Play it wide. Spinning back into the middle is taken away by Barilli. Got it off the foot of Fongwang.
Once again, right there, you see Barilli takes the ball away from the attacker and looks up and just has to wait for people to start running, because everyone is so far deep except for Blessed Tumashabi once again. Obviously, after a game like the Dickinson game where you let up 4 goals at home, I understand emphasizing defensive stability and solidity, but this is kind of the sacrifice you have to make as a team in order to get that. You see right there, Tumashabi is all alone, so if Swarthmore were to win this ball, they'd kind of have to slow things down a lot and build, and the counter-attacking threat is kind of gone.
Another free kick for Lycoming. About 10 yards past midfield. And it appears to be Braden Wise on the delivery. Set up near the top of the 18. Pretty low. Might have deflected off the head of Shin. It did. For a Warriors throw along the near sideline. Down inside Garnet territory. Viscusi, Ward, and Gill starting to warm up down along the Garnet sideline. Lau able to clear it out of the box. Led forward to Lau as he tries to ignite the counter. Run off of it, or at least for a second, by Moses. And now cleared back up the field. Homestead able to win the header. Shin tracks it down out wide. Barilli trying to pick his way through, gets it out wide to George. Now poked forward.
Another
Barilli.
Good connection between those two.
Cleared out the back by Colin Weand. Garnet, free kick.
I just want to point out once again, quickly, and now we have a substitution. It'll be Zach Viscusi replacing Io George. But just once again, as soon as Blessed Tumashabi got that ball, he was all alone and had to wait for someone to come and support him. That someone ended up being Ben Lau, as no one else really seemed to charge up the field there. So Swarthmore need to find a way to either kind of loosen up a little, have these wingers play a little bit higher to have the counterattacking opportunity, or be more patient and just try to build from the back whenever they win the ball.
Cleared out of the box as Kelly tried to come out for it. Nolan controls, or tries to, off his chest, now gets along the sideline. That'll go out for a Garnet throw right at midfield. And he'll leave it for Lannion as he comes back to his spot along the right side. Shin gets it to Nolan. And Viscusi quickly back to Nolan. Lau looking up the sideline. Viscusi gets to it, but now cleared by Wise. Ume trying to get underneath. Once again has his feet taken out from him, and that time it will go against Ume.
And maybe the referee didn't see it the first time, or maybe he's trying to make up for the previous call, but that was an identical situation, this time called in the Garnet's favor.
Lau gets pass from Nolan. Tries to lob it forward. Might have gotten deflected. Shin. Out wide to Barilli. Tumushabe, Shin, and Viscusi all set up near the top of the 18. And Barilli has it taken away from him. Out of bounds for a Lycoming throw.
Now we'll have Connor Gill enter the field, replacing Joe Barilli. and numbers 4, 10, 24, and 25 for Lycoming coming onto the field. Those will be Lance Klinger, Josh Cruz, Walter Avila, and George Charalabidis coming onto the field.
So Joe Barilli making way for Connor Gill out on the wing. Tumushabe remaining the striker. And Gill definitely looks like he has really worked on his fitness in the offseason. When he came into Swarthmore, he was really just a pure number 9, a pure center forward. All he did, he chased at the top, but now we've seen his ability to play out wide. He's now overlapping up into that forward spot as Tumushabe goes out wide, but his added fitness and stamina definitely give the Garnet the ability to get that interplay between him and Tumushabe up high.
Yeah, absolutely. Normally, you'd kind of see, Nevins attempts a pass, but it's blocked by Klinger. A good job by the Garnet to stop the dangerous attack and kind of push Lycoming back there.
Yeah, Homestead getting upfield there defensively. And that's a bad challenge by Homestead as he just absolutely whiffed on that ball and got up into the body of Jared Moses.
So as I was saying there with Connor Gill, it allows for, even when he's on the field, that fluidity to come back to stay in play, because when you have Barilli, Tumushabe, and delivery there.
Josh Cruz there, Kral coming off his line to snatch out of the air, and quickly with the throw to try to ignite this counterattack, gets it out to midfield to Tumushabe. Now
good job there by Tumushabe.
Viscusi in the middle for Tumushabe. Tumushabe takes a shot right at Kevin Kelly. Easy save for him.
And that play, very well done by Tumushabe to keep the ball and create the opportunity. But at the end of it, right before that shot, he had 4 players supporting him, and the play could have maybe gone on to become a better opportunity. So just kind of should have looked upfield. Not Omri Gallo, I apologize. I think Zach Viscusi kind of holding his hands up a little bit in frustration as he was wide open on the other side of the pitch. But a good job there by the Garnet to make that quick counterattack despite only having 1 man up.
And all getting started from a fantastic throw by Max Kral.
Absolutely.
Entire body into it.
Nice little move there by Bless Tumushabe. And so now as I was saying earlier before I was so rudely interrupted by that counterattack, now when Connor Gill enters the field, he still can, that fluidity between the forwards can continue. Now he has that added fitness. I still believe his best position is probably in the center forward spot, but it would no longer be kind of impossible for him to play anywhere else, and that's really good for the Swarthmore team. Any added versatility for their players is always a bonus for Coach Wagner.
Gill wins the initial header, but then Mose is able to get back up field. And now won back by the Garnet. Here's Nolan. Lobs it up ahead to Tumushabe. Now push back up the field. Cruz is there. Nevins has to play it back to his keeper. And Kral lets fly with a good leg. Nearly got it out to Gill. Out of bounds, Garnet throw, but first a couple of subs as Charlie Ward and Joey Bradley come into the game in the midfield, and then
Eric Holstrom and Mason Novobilski come in for Lycoming. It'll be Woojin Shin and Omri Gao making way for the 2 subs.
So Homestead will remain in as the holding midfielder. And with just over 13 minutes remaining in the first half, the Garnet seeing if they can inject just a little bit of life into this midfield and potentially get an opening goal here. Homestead, too physical there on Cruz, and a free kick for Lycoming.
Bit of a tactical foul there from Homestead as he didn't want Lycoming to take that counterattack. If Cruz had been able to turn around, then he would have had, I think, 2 or 3 free runners going down against Swarthmore's defense. So a smart foul there by Homestead at about half field.
Krall goes to Nevins, looking for his pass. Drills it, trying to get it through the back line to Viscusi. Now to Mushabe, who's dropped pretty far back. And now a throw for the Garnet along the far sideline. Goes into Mushabe, flicks it up ahead, but played back to Kelly. Fairly short kick for him, but won by Lycoming. Try and get toward the top of the box. Shot gets deflected into the side netting from Lance Klingler, but it will be a corner. I think it was Nevins who whiffed on the clearance initially that allowed it to get to Klingler.
It looked like Nevins there was a little bit out of position as the pass was made and just tried to block the ball in any way he could, but
delivered towards the back post, but missed by every blue jersey. Nolan able to collect it along the near sideline. Mushabe trying to let it go forward. Viscusi pressing up the field and now taken away. Moses up ahead, but Lau with a good step up.
And on that earlier play, it was a good job by Ben Lau to block the shot after it was made. A very powerful shot and well deflected. I believe that would have been a goal had he not gotten in front of it.
We'll go out for another Lycoming corner. As they try to apply some pressure as we get in towards the final 10 minutes of this first half. And the referee not quite liking what he sees inside the box. So they will once again all cluster up along the goal line. Short towards the near post. Is that in? Referee says no.
And I couldn't tell from here, but there you see their play once again just totally succeed. It might not have gone in. It honestly may have, but they were completely able to interfere with Max Krall and able to kind of flick that header on off the crossbar. Very dangerous opportunity. I could not tell you.
Another corner, this time towards the back post. Cleared away by the Garnet. Now upfield.
I could not tell you if that went in.
Yeah, we're looking at the replay here.
Looks like it bounced off the line, and a great job by Harry Nevins to get rid of it, because, I mean, if that ball had stayed in, then someone surely would have poked it in.
Yeah, I mean, that was
brilliant reaction by the defender, but wow.
I don't think it went in.
I don't think it did.
So it looked like it hit the front bottom of the crossbar and then was just sitting on the goal line, but so hard to tell. That gets deflected and Krall able to get his hands on it.
Krall slightly out of position there, had to run backwards to make that catch, but showed good athleticism to do so. It's not necessarily easy running backwards to get that kind of cross into your hands, and Swarthmore seem a little bit rattled by those Lycoming opportunities. They should try to maybe slow play down a little and keep possession, as Connor Gill is hit fairly hard there, and free kick called for the Garnet.
Gill able to win it with about 35 yards out. And Trevor Homestead standing over it. So once again, Nolan and Lannion remaining as the lone high defenders. Nevins and Lau, the tallest outfield players on the team, so like to get them up into the box when possible. Lifted up by Homestead. Easy catch for Kelly.
Yeah, the kick a little too far there from Homestead, but a good job there by Kevin Kelly to take care of that ball. Freshman keeper starting today, showing a lot of poise in goal so far. No real challenges come his way, but still impressive because this Swarthmore team can be fairly dangerous.
Sent out wide for Weand. Now Wise cutting into the middle. Nevins gets the clearance out of the box. Tumushabe fighting for it high up the field. Now Lycoming back on the front foot. Into the box. Lycoming player down and wins and a free kick awarded once again. Spent a fair amount of time down in this Garnet half with set piece opportunities.
Yeah, there's been a lot of fouls called so far in this game on both sides, and neither team really been able to take advantage of it, but you have to think that so many free kicks, so many set pieces, one of them is bound to really at least rattle the other team or get a goal.
And Kral able to deflect it.
Good punch there by Max Kral.
That will be deflected out the back for a corner.
Very, very good job there. Punching out that free kick. It could have been very dangerous as he was caught a little bit off his line. Now it'll be Jason Muth coming on, and Kellen Grebs and Sheriff Dicko for Lycoming. And Trevor Homestead will come off the pitch, replaced by Muth.
Michael Gross will also make his way on at the next stoppage. Lifted up towards the back post, headed away. Might have been Muth who won it.
Looks like it was.
Yeah, it goes out of bounds, out the back once again. Corner from the other side.
And this time we won't see Lycoming crowding the keeper, going for a different strategy, but which is surprising as it's been fairly successful so far in this game. Had a couple of decent opportunities.
Short and out the side for another corner. Headed at the near post, now saying loose in the box, cross back, and Nevins able to get the head on. Viscusa, I believe, got fouled, and a free kick for the Garnet.
Good job there by Charlie Ward to chase down the attacker who was about to take the shot and block it. Swarthmore have to feel fortunate. They just had 3 corner kicks for Lycoming, and Lycoming have already shown themselves to be very dangerous, at least from corner kicks, and they've done a good job dealing with it on those 3.
Cleared up ahead. Kill able to settle it for the Garnet. Now trying to play through Joey Bradley, but gets blocked out and into the hands of Kevin Kelly. Pushed up ahead, settled by Lance Klingler.
And cleared by Sean Nolan.
Throw for Lycoming.
As now Michael Gross will replace Felix Lanyon.
Andy Kim as well coming in
for Bless Tumushabe. There's also a couple substitutions for Lycoming, but I did miss who came on.
That's drilled into the box, but cleared
19,
away.
Josh Zingreb is one of the players who made their way onto the field.
Push up the sideline. Looking for the cross, now sent in. Nevins able to get a foot on it, and Nolan chases to clear it upfield. Kim. Lau just boots it away. Jason Muth is going to give chase, but headed first back to Kelly.
It's the game for Swarthmore number 12, Michael Gross, and number 20, Andy Kim.
Good job by Nolan and Kim to get the ball, but can't get his pass off.
Number 22,
Klingler puts it upfield. Crawl is going to take it over into his box. And a late foul there on Nevins.
And a yellow card for number 22, Tolu Iluyumade. Iluyumade, sorry.
So Iluyumade gets called for the foul as he had really no and just pushed into.
Yeah, there just saw the replay and ball was already in Max Crawl's hands when he pushed Harry Nevins down. Clear yellow card. Good job by the referee.
So free kick for Crawl. As he drills this up the sideline. Muth went up for it, but way over his head. Throw for Nolan along the near side. Kim trying to win the header. Now pushed up. Ward trying to spin. And now cleared out of the box. Nolan will get underneath. Forward for Ward. Muth gets it to Kim. Ball's out of bounds. Last touch by Kim. Nolan into the back, but cleared away by Dicko. And Iluyumade wins it. Klingler has it taken away from him as Viscusi tracks back defensively. Wins it again and gets it to Gill. Bradley
finds Gross. Good job.
Able to push it out wide. Now back into the middle for Bradley. Gross again, and they'll settle back for Nevins. We're down to about a minute left here.
1 minute remaining in the
Lau going up the field. The flag is up as Gill was offsides.
And Swarthmore were doing a really good job there of kind of building slowly, and I think that's something they need to continue to try to do. I'm not sure that, especially when a player like Bless Tumashabi is off the field, you know, he's probably our most dynamic and actually no, when all of our starting attackers are off the field, you know, Joe Barilli, Bless Tumashabi, Niall George, those three players are very quick and they can really run onto those balls. But when they're off the field, I do feel this team loses a bit of dynamicism and has to kind of build from the back, as they were doing very well, but then had the ball sent up like that.
Warriors trying to take the free kick quickly, but Bradley and able to out Crawl with a great save as he just tips it over.
And Lycoming is racing to take this corner as there's under about 5 seconds left in the game.
They do get
in the half, I apologize.
But over the head and out of bounds.
And that play was brilliant by Max Crawl. A nice backwards flick header, and he just was able to poke that over. Very good job by the keeper, who's had a very solid game so far. Swarthmore have had a couple difficulties. I mean, you can tell by the current cleat sheet that they're holding, they've been a little more solid in defense than they were this past Saturday, but I feel they need to be a little calmer in attack, and especially since they're sitting back a little deeper right now, they need to wait for people to get into position, build from the back, and kind of slowly move towards goal instead of trying to bomb it upfield when either there's no one upfield or the sole person up there has no support from any of his teammates. So that's kind of what I'm looking for Swarthmore kind of going into the second half, and what they should have maybe thought about when they first made this game plan to sit back a little deeper.
Crawl with 3 saves so far against 9 Lycoming shots. They have had the advantage in attack with 8 corners to the Garnets 2 and 9 shots to the Garnets 4, but Swarthmore has weathered the storm so far, and they'll have a 15-minute break here. We'll take it along with them. Jacob Brady, Santiago Caicedo will be back on the call for the second half in a few minutes.
Why choose Swarthmore? Wow.
I don't know how to say this in like one interview.
There's just like this magnetic secret on campus that people really can't describe.
The campus itself is beautiful.
I was absolutely floored when I first came here. A lot of it came from the values that SWAT has.
It truly is the people that make this community. All my memories are inseparable from the people that were around me.
I applied to Swarthmore through the Questbridge National College Match, and it's a program that matches high-achieving, low-income students with really selective institutions like this.
I knew I wanted to play basketball in college. Basketball was a tool that would enable me to get a great education. In high school, I was kind of pressured by the standard to play Division I, but I wanted to pave my own way.
It chose itself for me, and I knew at a more pre-intellectual level that this was the place.
And one of my favorite things and my favorite takeaways of this place has been the community.
I've been lucky to experience what learning is like at other institutions, and I'm very thankful that I did that because that completely changed my perception of Swarthmore. It made me realize that Swarthmore is special in these very small and unique ways that actually make an enormous difference.
The reason I'm so involved on campus is because I feel like the things that I do here matter. You can actually enact meaningful change.
When you're walking around campus, like I don't feel like I'm just walking by a bunch of strangers, and being in these smaller settings, like it gives you the opportunity to build strong relationships with people that also have like a vested personal interest in who you are as a person.
It totally tailors itself to like every type of person. You can come here and be anywhere on any spectrum, and you'll be pretty well welcomed.
You'll find that the people here are here for you. I was able to find really good, deep personal growth. And Swarthmore has been that formative experience that the community allows me to have that space that I can have that growth.
I have incredible mentors who have helped me at every step of the way, which I'm really thankful for. And I don't think I would have that same type of individualized attention and recognition at a place that's not Swarthmore.
where the Garnet, as recently as 7 years ago, could not have envisioned this. But in succession, every year has been a record-setting year.
When you're in college, you kind of find out who you are. And throughout your 4 years, you develop yourself with all the different experiences, which leads into dedicating yourself to your community, to your family. So when you're a senior, you're coming out a well-rounded person.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests outside of the classroom and outside of the court or field. I've had the ability to get into different activities and organizations, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
Getting to be involved in a lot of different things, ranging from obviously being a student athlete to getting involved with my campus and my community, and not only being allowed to do that, but being encouraged to do that.
The opportunity to be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, to have the professors know me on a personal level, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference. It really helps you develop thinking from other people's perspectives and looking at problems from outside the box.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
I've definitely learned how to really be myself. I found out, yes, I am actually a good leader, and yes, I can actually put myself forward because I am good enough. I can do it.
Coming in to college, I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of different career goals, and I've learned so much about myself that I was always like growing and changing.
When I got to college, it forced me to step up and become more of a leader. And I think that was something I had the capability of doing. And forever grateful that being at a Division III school gave me that opportunity.
You have to dedicate your time in the classroom, you have to dedicate your time in the gym, on the field, on the court.
Our coaches and the entirety of the athletic department, they valued the student athlete going out to community and trying something new and getting involved in campus life.
You can get involved in so many different things. So the possibilities are truly limitless for what you can do with your college experience. You can kind of make it your own in the Division III setting. So I would encourage people who want to have flexibility to pursue different interests and passions to go D3.
On and off the court, we're focused on creating lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. More college athletes are earning degrees than ever before, but we've still got work to do. That's why we're raising the bar for incoming freshmen, so they're prepared when they get to campus. And why teams can't play in championships unless they make the grade. Education matters, and putting academics first creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity. When all eyes are on the court, we're focused on what matters most. Preparing college athletes for a lifetime of opportunity. After the buzzer, off the court, it's about education and working to earn a degree. creating healthier campuses through groundbreaking research and policies. And a fair shot, so dreams can stay on track. United as an association, we've got work to do. We're building a pathway to lifelong opportunity.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face. You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
I coined my definition of success in 1934. My definition of success is peace of mind attained only through self-satisfaction and knowing you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable. It's like reputation and character. Reputation is what others perceive you to be. Character is what you are.
Yeah, he's sick, but the Browns defense just isn't as bad as Miami's.
Second half action here from Clothier Field Stadium as the Garnet take on Lycoming College, the Warriors, in a non-conference matchup. Wednesday night men's soccer. Jacob Brady, Santiago Caicedo on the call here, and it's been Lycoming doing pretty well to dominate offensively, at least in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think either team has really been all too impressive, but Lycoming have definitely had more dangerous opportunities, and well, as you can see by the scoreboard so far, more of them. Swarthmore has set themselves a little deeper in this first half, probably just reinforcing defensive stability after Saturday's difficult game. And however, instead of building from the back whenever they have the ball, they still decide to boot it up despite not really having much support for the striker who's up there. And so that allows for less time on the ball, because then the striker just loses it immediately, and And really, Swarthmore's kind of been struggling with...
Ball will get through and a shot shanked wide.
And that seems like a little positioning error from Felix Lanyon there, as
it's Alex Henry.
Was able to get the shot off, but it's not what you want early on in the half to see a mistake like that. You see right there, he just kind of missed the ball, and Henry was free on goal. Fortunately, a really, really poor shot there, but Swarthmore really have to be tight on defense. This is the kind of thing you want to see, you know. Even though we're sitting deep, you still have your wingers up, and that at least gives more support, more opportunities for runs like this by Joey Barilli.
Here he goes down the wing, trying to cross it.
Oh!
Shot! And it's blessed to Mushabe, putting the Garnet on the board.
This Swarthmore, and a brilliant run from Joey Barilli, and a gorgeous delivery for Bless, who hit it first time so well. Swarthmore have the lead, and you see we really in the first half had our wingers dropping deep, and Tumushabi had zero support, but in this movement right there, you had both George on the other side and Barilli making themselves available at about half field, and Barilli just went on a great run and made a great ball. Swarthmore up 1-0.
Tumushabe with his second goal of the year. Barilli gets his first assist, and the Garnet finally able to break through. Last goal they scored had been last Wednesday against St. Mary's right at the beginning of the second half, and this time once again in the first couple minutes of the second half they come out firing. In that game it was to tie it up, and in this game it's to take the 1-0 lead.
And that is really what you want to see from Swarthmore early on this first half, you know. Take advantage of that opportunity, get the early lead, and maybe now take some time to build plays more slowly now that they're not kind of rushing to get a goal as much. I mean, obviously a 1-0 lead is not much of a safety cushion at all, but now that they at least have the lead, they can build plays and they don't have to rush as much as before, and maybe that could lead to something as well for the Garnet.
Out of bounds, Lanyon goes up the sideline looking for Tumushabe. Ward commits the foul on Moses. And he'll let his center back take the free kick. I believe that's Nick Thornton. Nevins, good step up field to clear that away. Now out wide, Lanyon fighting for it down there with Ume. Try for the give and go, kept in by Butler. And a weak cross, easily cleared away, out of bounds for a Garnet throw.
And Henry having some issues so far in this second half, early for Lycoming. You know, the first missed shot, and they're trying to make a cross, and really was not able to get good contact on the ball at all, giving it away to Swarthmore. They'll need him to kind of step his game up if they want to be dangerous down the right wing in this half.
Shin with a good pass to Nolan out wide. Now he'll recenter it to Homestead, and they complete the switch over to Lanyon. Back to Nevins. Goes up the field, letting Tumushabe chase. Shin able to control, now popped over the top. Tumushabe trying to get onto it. Nobody with him quite yet. Now George coming up into the box. Tumushabe still dancing around. That will go out for a corner.
And a good ball by Woojin Shin there, but Tumushabe wasn't able to get control of it until his angle was too narrow for the shot. So then immediately had to look to cross, and he didn't really have any opportunities. Got himself a little tangled up there and was fortunately able to win the corner kick for the Garnet. But you see there, as soon as George had become available, there were two men on Tumushabe, and the cross was almost impossible.
Ward over everybody's head. Will go out of bounds for a Warriors throw. going up the line. Ward fighting for it, out of bounds for a Garnet throw. Nolan will take it. Goes back all the way to Nevins. Here's Barilli. Nevins has to step up field to get back to that ball. To Mushabe trying to spin, has it taken away from him. And here comes Thornton. Homestead racing back.
And a great job tracking back there by Homestead. Felix Lanyon had gone upfield for the attack, and Homestead really stepped in nicely and won that tackle.
Played back to Wise. Now Moses with it. Go over the top, looking up the near sideline. Lanning able to win the header. Ume knocks it down. Lanning with a bump into Jason Butler, and that will get whistled for a free kick. Henry will set up over it. So Henry standing over it. Popped over, and Homestead able to get his head onto it.
Dangerous delivery there. Well done by Homestead to get it out quickly.
Kelly coming up high, and now he boots cross field. Nolan is there. Flag is up for an offsides. And they will... Free kick taken by Nolan. He goes back, and now they'll switch to Nevins. Shin. And now Nevins pops up into the air. Ward gets underneath. Pushes out wide for Nolan. Up to George. Ball is loose to Mushabe, able to get back onto it and then loses it, but now one back. Nolan over to Homestead. He's got Lanyon with some space. Now over to Shin. To Ward. Back into the path of Shin. Here's to Mushabe. Garnet camped out right near the top of the 18. Now able to get in for the first time. Barilli on the side gets run off the ball. Trying to clear, and Lanyon loses it to Henry. Now out into the path of Butler.
Good job by Nolan to get the step in there, but I have to say I like what I saw from the Garnet there, just building slowly, patiently, not really looking to force things. Unfortunately lost the ball, but that's the kind of play that they need to show more often, especially now that they have this lead and they can just kind of afford to build and don't really have to rush as much.
Crawl will let it go out of bounds for the goal kick. Push his men up the field as he looks to apply the boot. Another good kick from him. Homestead going up for it. One, however, by Lycoming. Nolan forward to Ward. Moses gets it back, and now Henry makes the turn upfield. And a foul called. I think that's Woojin Shin who's going to get whistled for it.
I think it may have been Charlie Ward as he dispossessed Henry, tracking back. I'm not quite sure what the call was, but Henry kind of pulled up and looked at the ref, and the call was made.
So free kick for Lycoming with Moses standing over it. Driven into the box, and that'll go out for a corner. So we'll stay down in the Garnet end of the field. Another chance for Lycoming. Be their 9th corner of the game. Lifted up high. And Lanning able to head it out. Homestead trying to get it forward. Tumushabe wins it and now loses it. Ran out of bounds. Goal kick for Swarthmore. Didn't make great contact with it that time, and Henry able to win it. Now chips over the top, letting Ume chase. Nevins has to clear out the side.
Good job by Nevins. Not the best pass there from Henry. Didn't really give Ume any chance to win the ball there. And that's the first time we've seen a Max Crawl goal kick not make it past half field.
Yeah, just didn't quite connect well with it. Nowhere near enough air underneath. I believe it was a Lycoming player to win the header, but couldn't redirect it on target. Now cleared all the way past midfield. Sent back down. Ume there, but Nolan able to win the header. Out of bounds, Garnet throw. Nolan pushes it up ahead. Out wide and deflects out of bounds. Garnet throw. Up the sideline. And a whistle.
Handball called by the referee.
Missed that, but it will be a free kick for the Garnet. And Ben Lau will take it. Take the short pass back to Nevins. Now over to Lannion. Homestead. Ward does a good job to get back into the middle. Now Shin out wide into Barilli's path. Can he get another cross in? Whips it through the box. Was looking for, I believe, Ward making a run.
And Barilli has been very dangerous so far in the second half. Good cross there as I almost finds Charlie Ward. And good job by Woojin Shin to dispossess the midfielder there.
Charlie Ward now trying to pick his way through. Leaves it off for Shin. Now poked up into the box. Garnet won a handball called. It'll go out the back for a goal kick. And a couple subs for Lycoming will come on in Mason Novobilski and Walter Avila.
Josh Cruz and also number 4 Lance Klingler also came on for Lycoming, and
yeah,
that did look like a handball. No call by the referee, but from our angle at least, Swarthmore appears to be right to have been upset about that no call.
Would have been outside the box, but right on the edge. Now pushed up ahead to Mushabe, giving chase, but cleared out the side first. Throw for the Garnet. George with the cross, but just miss-hit. And a goal kick for Lycoming. As it stands now, I believe this would be, if they can maintain it, obviously. With the one caveat, it would be the first clean sheet of the season for the Garnet. Headed forward by Barilli to Mushabe. Fighting for it, goes out of bounds, but
Free
Mushabe
kick.
is going to be called for the foul, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that the Garnet haven't yet had a clean sheet with a stellar goalkeeper like Oliver Steinglass, and obviously a more than capable backup in Max Krall, and some pretty solid defenders. We'd have thought that by now a clean sheet would have been achieved, but this is Swarthmore's a really good opportunity for them to to notch their first of the season.
Out of bounds, Nevins holding his ankle, looking a little lame there on that right ankle, but seems to be all right. Lanyon trying to get the clearance. It'll go out of bounds.
The referee calls a handball on Woojin Shin, and not sure that was the correct call, but now it'll be another dangerous free kick for the Warriors.
Good spot once again for them with Josh Cruz standing over it. Yeah, I didn't think that ever touched the hand of Woojin Shin.
Yeah, instead it was a very good tackle by the midfielder and good job to avoid it touching his hand, but linesmen seem to have signaled for it.
Cruz's kick got deflected by Bless Tumushabe. Now Tumushabe trying to give chase. Almost got around Braden Wise, but couldn't win the header.
And now Swarthmore's pushing forward with numbers.
George trying to lead in Barilli. Too much on that ball. Kelly clears it away. Shin able to get the block out of bounds. Garnet throw.
Good job by Shin to step on Josh Cruz there. Josh Cruz would have had a ton of space if he had just been able to get past Shin.
Nevins will get the cross-field pass to Sean Nolan. And now Lau with the long ball, looking for George to win it. Back into the midfield. Ward trying to get a foot on, but taken away by Fon Weng. Along the near sideline, Shin able to get a step on now. Barilli.
Oh, and a good touch there by Barilli to get past the overstepping defender.
Here's Barilli trying to play in the middle for Tumushabe. Clear away. Oh, it's off the hands of the goalie.
Charlie Ward gets it.
Ward takes the shot.
Saved. Still Ward.
Top of the box. Ward trying to get onto his right foot. Still Charlie Ward side of the box. Now sent back down. Barilli will give chase, let it go.
Great job there by Barilli, running past number 21, Nick Thornton. Good delivery as well, but the clearance took a hit off of Josh Cruz, and it really took great reflexes from Kevin Kelly to keep that one out as it then rattled the post. Yeah. Wow, and that could have been a shocking own goal for Lycoming. Good job by Kelly to keep it safe.
Charlie Ward cutting back into the middle. Shin gets dispossessed. Lanyon fighting for it. Has it taken away from him. Homestead able to track onto that ball.
Trevor Homestead playing very well defensively today. Right there after Shin lost it, he put in a very good job to get the ball back, and I'm not quite sure what the call was. It looks like it'll be a free kick for the Warriors. Might have been called on Felix Lanyon from before as that advantage had been played, but yeah, that is what it looks like.
Yeah, because that's well back of where
Homestead recovered the ball, yeah.
Certainly looks like he came in cleanly. That is Homestead. But free kick for Cruz. Dropped in at the top of 18. Lau able to win the header.
That was Homestead.
Oh, that was Homestead.
Once again, as I said, just a great defensive performance so far from that center defensive midfielder. He's truly a crucial player for this Garnet team.
George gets it forward to Tumushabe. Now to Nolan. Trying to get up the wing. It'll go out of bounds. Garnet throw as Andy Kim and Connor Gill coming on for the Garnet, and Tolu Iluyomade and George Charalabidis coming on for Lycoming.
Io George and Bless Tumushabe will be making way right now.
Iluyomade sitting on a yellow card from the first half. Nolan will pass it back to Lau. Nevins looking up for Kim, able to hold it up. Barilli now.
Oh, nice little flick there by Barilli.
Lanyon along the near side goes to Nevins. Sends it long, looking for Gill. He had to come well in for it. Cleared all the way down. Nolan giving chase. Out of bounds, though, for a Garnet throw. Up the sideline. Gill trying to flick it forward for Ward. Now Nolan fighting to get back on that ball. Called for a foul, so a Lycoming free kick along the far sideline. Update from Collegeville, Pennsylvania, where the Garnet women's soccer team are taking on Ursinus. It is 0-0 at the beginning of the second half. Krall comes out of his goal to catch that one.
Good job by Krall to get out quick and make that catch. Oh, bit of a soft pass from Lanyon, intercepted.
Moses able to take it. Here he is trying to get around Barilli. Barilli wins it back and gets taken out. Easy call for the ref as Barilli goes down. Another update. Ursinus also playing the Garnet in field hockey. Garnet currently trailing 3-0 with just over 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter there. As Nevins takes the free kick out of his own end. Cruz on it into the path of Avila.
Homestead with another recovery.
Barilli into the path of Kim was going for the give and go, and now Moses goes down. Shin looking over the top, Gill giving chase, but Kelly able to catch it inside his area.
Now Swarthmore really opening up a little more, you know. The attackers aren't dropping quite so deep. Midfield, at least the attacking midfield isn't dropping quite so deep. They're playing with a little more confidence now in the second half, and I think it's led to their best opportunities of the game. Obviously led to that goal, led to the near own goal, and is really just a much improved second half so far from the Garnet against these Warriors. That's another free kick called, however. Foul on Ben Lau.
A lot of set-piece opportunities for Lycoming tonight. 9 corner kicks to the Garnet threes and a host of free kicks well inside Garnet territory. Here's another one about 25 yards past the back line. This ought to be Moses standing over it. Or actually, it's Josh Cruz. Lifted up towards the back post, headed, but over the crossbar.
I believe that was George Charalabidis with that header. Just couldn't bring it down, but a good delivery there by Josh Cruz. Very dangerous opportunity for Lycoming.
Krall will play the short goal kick over to Nevins. Lanyon has it deflected out by Novobilski. Throw for Barilli. Actually, he'll give it over to Lanyon along the near side. Ward into the middle. Shin puts it over the top, but nobody chasing after, and picked up by Kelly. Homestead able to get underneath.
It's held up there by Charalabidis. Looks like he kind of wrapped him up a little. Good call by the referee. And I'm actually not quite sure if the head on the free kick was Charalabidis or Braden Wise. Just to clarify, I'm not sure.
I believe it was I don't think Wise is on the
Is he not?
right now. Don't believe so. So I believe it was Charalabidis with the header.
Thank you.
Krall will go over to Lau. And now he'll play it long. Andy Kim trying to get underneath, but too high for him, but able to get back onto the ball, and then to has it taken off his feet. Nevins clears up the loose ball. Gill fighting for it along the far side. And now they'll switch, looking for Novobilski. Here comes Barilli racing after that ball. Cruz able to stay on it.
Barilli showing a lot of pace and a lot of stamina in this half, just really tearing up and down the wings. Had at least 3 or 4 very good crosses as Woo Jin Shin is replaced by Omri Gal. And that lovely assist earlier for Blessed Tumashabi's. I would have to say so far it's in between Homestead or Barilli for the Garnet's player of the game tonight.
Ward trying to flick it back into Barilli's path, but instead plays it out the side. Throw up the sideline. Tolu Iomade trying to swing back onto it. Now the Garnet trying to get on the counter. Gill just not quite fast enough to catch up to that ball. Sent back in. Krull will pick up. Jason Muth will be the next sub for the Garnet. Out of bounds, Garnet throw, and Muth will replace Homestead.
Checking in for Swarthmore, number 21, Jason Muth.
And normally you don't see Trevor Homestead replaced quite so often in games. Looks like Coach Wagner might be resting him for their match on Saturday, which will be a conference matchup. And just a great performance from him so far. Not sure if he'll be coming back in these last 18 or so minutes.
Nevins has it at the back, now forward to Barilli with some space to make his turn. Barilli trying to hold up, gets it back to Gall, who misplayed it for a second, gets it back. Gall out of bounds for a Garnet throw. Zach Viscusi as well, getting his final instructions from Coach Wagner. Lannion popped up into the air, and it'll be a Garnet throw. And here comes Viscusi replacing Barilli.
And Joe Barilli looks fairly tired. He's put in a great shift tonight. Has been crucial for the Garnet in this second half.
Andy Kim giving chase down in the corner, but it will be a goal kick for Kelly. Viscusi going up for the header. Novobilski now headed back into the path looking for Ilyomade, but Ben Lau clears away.
Good job by Ben Lau there. For a second I thought that Ilyomade would get the ball, but would get the ball, but good job by the defense to get it out. Now it looks like we'll have a long throw into the box.
Krebs looking for Charalabidis, and cleared out of the box by Lannion. Out of bounds, though, for another Kellen Krebs throw. Driven into the box once again. Andy Kim able to get it to Viscusi, and he just dumps it in ahead, and I believe that's Gill not even bothering to give chase there. Nolan, Ilyomade down in the corner. Ben Lau able to win it and clear back upfield. Moses knocks it down, now has to play it back. Wind right down the middle. Crawl keeps it in and will pick up.
I forgot to mention another nominee probably for player of the game, Max Crawl, who has been really good in his first start. Solid on the ball, made some good clearances on those set pieces, and has really had a very solid game for the Garnet tonight.
The give and go between Ward and Gill, but too far ahead for him. Lycoming throw. Kim giving chase inside the box. Instead, it'll be played back to Kelly. Didn't get very much on that clearance.
Good pressure there by Andy Kim. Forced a bit of a rush clearance from the keeper.
Nolan able to get it out of bounds off of a Lycoming defender. Short throw up the sideline. And Nolan hammers it in. Gill trying to get underneath, but Kelly, an easy catch. Nevins coming aggressively upfield trying to win that. Lannion clears it, but out of bounds off of Mason Novobilski, so throw for him. Lannion trying to clear it up the field. Sent back down by Lycoming. Krebs trying to get onto it around Lannion. Now Lannion clears.
Good job by Lannion to stick with Krebs. There was a nice initial turn by the winger, but Lannion just kind of stuck with him and was able to get a block on his shot.
Iluyo Made trying to get onto it along the far sideline. Blessed to Moshabe preparing to come back in. And Krebs again will take the throw. He's been sort of the designated long thrower as they try to generate an opportunity in the box. Nevin's able to get the head on, and now Lau with the clearance. Gill clears up ahead.
That was Ward on the clearance.
Pardon. Out of bounds off of Omri. And a host of subs coming on for Lycoming.
Blessed to Moshabe will replace Andy Kim.
So short shift for Kim to try to get to Moshabe some fresh legs. Krebs again with the throw. Nevin's able to get the head on that time. Nolan trying to get underneath. Now settled Cruz on it. Back heel pass. Side of the box now. Out of bounds. See what they call it. They call it a corner for Lycoming.
And Lycoming really pushing heavy now. The ball hasn't really left the Garnet's half except for these long clearances, but really it's been Lycoming on the ball for the last few minutes, really searching for an equalizer. Haven't really had many clear-cut opportunities, however. Although those corners are just brutal there. That one just flew a little wide, but really it's been a good tactic all game long for the Warriors to...
Number 7, Tajon Willis. Number 10, Josh Cruz.
Krebs goes short that time.
And number 12, Jason Butler.
And Krebs with a miss hit. And that corner kick just a little too far. It looked like some of the Lycoming players might have expected that Kral was going to be able to get a hand on it, but he did not. Io George and Joe Barilli also back into the game.
As well as Trevor Homestead and Woojin Shin. Looks like it's a bit of a tactical sub. Swarthmore kind of lost a share of possession in the last couple minutes, and they really wanted these guys to step back in and get the ball back for the team.
And a call in the Lycoming half, so they'll have a free kick.
Trevor Homestead. Number 11, Woojin Shin. Number 19, Io George. Number 22, Joe Barilli.
Kelly will stand over it as he presses everybody forward from his Warriors team, looking for this equalizer. Drilled down the middle into the box. A bit of a misclearance there by Shin. Trying to chase it is Tajon Willis. Lau plays it out for a Lycoming throw. They'll make a couple of subs.
And Swarthmore really needs to get this ball out and kind of reaccommodate themselves, because Lycoming right now is essentially just knocking on their door. And there's 9.5 minutes left in this game, and it could just be a little risky for the Garnet.
Score update from Collegeville. Sophia Still scoring in the 50th minute, her second of the season, to put the Garnet up 1-0 over Sinus.
It's great to see that from Sophia Stills, who'd been injured a few games ago and had missed a couple games due to injury. Great to see her get back on the scoreboard. She's a great dynamic striker for the Garnet women's team, and it's glad to see her getting back on the scoreboard.
Kelly will take the free kick. Or pardon me, that's Max Crawl. Shin, a little bit too aggressive coming forward for it. Cleared out to the side. Nolan gets his head on him, but now punched back down. Ume trying to settle. Now lifted in and headed away by Homestead. Thornton chipping it back up into the box. Lau is there. Homestead going up for the header there. Collided a little bit with Tanner Fongwen, or pardon me, with Moses. Go out the back off of Nevins.
And Homestead there is probably upset that he didn't get a call. It seems that Moses, as he went up for that header, kind of just stretched his arm out and got Homestead in the face.
Another chance from the corner for Lycoming with Josh Cruz.
Dangerous opportunity.
Headed away
by Homestead, who's just an absolute linchpin for this team. He's so strong defensively, very strong in possession.
Ward trying to push ahead, lost out of bounds for Lycoming, so a Garnet throw. Charlie Ward will leave it off for Lannion. Felix with the long throw. Bless trying to spin back onto it. No foul. And Ward has to play it out the side.
Referee called a free kick.
Yeah.
Not sure what he saw there, but it will be a free kick for the Warriors. Just under 7 minutes left, and referee's calling for time, as he'll have a few words with the freshman Bless Tumashabi.
Perhaps he didn't like how Tumashabi trying to sell that foul. I thought it was a foul from up here, but
I think he was just having a couple words because Tumashabi got in the way of the free kick. Wasn't staying within 10 yards, but I mean it's very normal. I didn't think it was cause to stop the clock. So maybe you are right. I did think it was a foul as well, though.
Tumushabe trying to get forward to Barilli.
And they're, once again, they had to, I feel like the defender just grabbing hold of Tumushabe's arm as he tried to find Barilli. Another no call, and
Nevins able to lead it back into the hands of Max Crawl.
Great job by Crawl coming out there to just get that ball, showing good authority, confidence on the ball. Just a very impressive performance from the freshman, although,
miss hit.
Looks like he slipped while attempting to punt the ball. Once again, Homestead just all over it.
Great. Trev loses it that time to Nick Thornton. Fired back down. Thornton with the cross. Cruz puts it back over his head, and Nolan able to put his head on it. Butler, though, has it cleared away from his foot as he tried to settle either for a shot or a cross there, but Ben Lau with a great step.
You know, Sean Nolan wasn't really able to get his clearance out as far as he might have liked, but really Ben Lau came charging in there for the clearance, and now Swarthmore have a great breakaway opportunity after the stolen ball by Io George, but he couldn't quite get his pass off to Joe Barilli, who was tearing down the left wing, and Lycoming recover the ball.
Garnet had a chance there for a 3-on-2. Now Barilli fighting to get back onto that ball, gets it back to Woojan. Nolan out wide. Lau goes over the top to Barilli. Switching in the process. Lannion over to Homestead. Now they'll play it back safely to Nevins. Tumushabe trying to win it. Charlie Ward fighting for it. Charlie Ward still takes a shot and gets it past Kevin Kelly. Charlie Ward doubles the lead for the Garnet.
Goal from Swarthmore. And a great job from Charlie Ward after that backwards header by Lycoming defense to get possession, keep it, and find space for a shot. Kevin Kelly would have wanted to do a better job on that shot. Might not have been the hardest one to save, just couldn't get his body down fast enough, and the Swarthmore take a 2-0 lead with under 5 minutes left. This game looks like it may just be out of reach for the Lycoming College Warriors.
And I have no idea how Ward got quite as much power on as he did. It still wasn't all that powerful a shot, but still he was going down as he took the shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
His footing, and still puts a bit of nasty bite on that one. Go out the side for a Garnet throw.
I feel most impressive about that shot was just the sheer effort shown by Charlie Ward. He had a defender on him, was looking for the bounce to really get the ball past him, and he's able to do so and get a shot off. Great job by the midfielder.
Now ball inside the Swarthmore box, cleared away.
And Harry Nevins takes a big knock after clearing that ball out.
And Nevins is holding his, it's like right knee calf area. He will get to his feet.
Yes, he just got crashed into right after the clearance, but he's looking okay now as Lycoming will bring on a couple more legs. Number 28, Drew Johnson, and number 31, Eric Holstrom.
Great toughness from Harry Nevins out there. We've seen a couple times throughout the game where he's sort of looked a little bit uncomfortable putting weight on that right ankle, but continuing to fight through it and having a rebound performance from last Saturday. As Kral lets fly. Gets it all the way down to Io George. Back up ahead. Now crossed. Barilli trying to get on the end of it, and now taken away. Krebs.
It's a good job by Charlie Ward to get that cross off at the very edge of the field. And
Barilli with the great block, but gets run off it again by Thornton.
Good job by Thornton. Barilli would have had space to shoot, but a good tackle by Bless Tumushabi as Ward looks for Tumushabi.
He goes
now
down.
It's Ward.
And a push down right on the edge of the box. We'll see where they call it.
It looks like the referee's calling a free kick right on the edge there.
Charlie Ward gets pushed down from behind. Right on the edge of the box. They'll spot it about a foot away from the line.
Now I think that it may have been the initial tackle on Tumushabi there as it is a little bit less central than where Ward went down. But it's still a bit of a dangerous position for the Garnet. It'll be maybe a little close, a little hard to get it up and under, but up and over the wall and keep it on target. But it looks like this could be a good opportunity for the Garnet to make it 3-0.
Trevor Homestead standing there, as is Charlie Ward.
Looks like Homestead's going to take this one.
Homestead with the shot and a goal! What a goal from Trevor Homestead. And what a season from the senior captain.
Goal from Swarthmore. And what a hit from Trevor Homestead. Hits it around the wall, straight into the top corner. He knew exactly where he was putting that ball in. What a strike from the midfielder. I think that's his 3rd goal now of the season, and really blowing past his previous career high. Trevor Homestead is really just having a spectacular game, and he really deserved to get a goal of his own tonight.
Leaving Kelly dead in his tracks with that one as the Garnet break this open. And Trevor Homestead stepping up his game his senior year, had only scored 1 goal in his college career prior to this season, and now has scored 3 times. Only 1 from open play, but still an impressive job from the senior holding midfielder and being rewarded on the stat sheet from his excellent effort out on the field. Lanning will have this throw for the Garnet as we are down inside 2 minutes left to play. Lycoming try to see if they can maybe get a consolation prize here. Kevin Kelly puts it back up the field, and Homestead goes up for the header. Krebs plays it out wide. Now up the sideline. Here comes Lycoming. Crossed in, looking for Novosibili. And a good job by Krall to snatch that one out of the air.
Krall seems just very comfortable coming out on crosses, set pieces, through balls, just all over anything that gets in his path. He's had a very, very good game.
1 minute remaining in the second half.
Played back, and now it's Luke Jordan who's go cleared up ahead, too far and out of bounds as we're inside the final minute here, and the Garnet rebounding in great fashion from that 4-0 loss against Dickinson. They'll come out of this one with a 3-0 win over Lycoming, their first clean sheet of the season, and all done with Max Krall, the freshman, making his first career start in place of Oliver Steinglass. Krall showing off his leg perhaps one last time in this one.
When a miscommunication between the two defenders
Barilli
gives the ball up to Barilli.
Looking for a goal of his own. Barilli crosses
and he gets it!
Joe Barilli had the assist on Tumushabe's goal and now gets one of his own.
From Swarthmore. A terrible, terrible miscommunication between the two defenders there, and Joe Barilli just pounced on it. Really a great way to cap a spectacular game for the winger. Beautiful cross to assist Bless Tumushabe's goal, and then a great job tucking that goal to the far corner after pouncing on that loose ball. Great, great performance from the winger. Great, great performance from Trevor Homestead and Max Krall, and just a great second half performance from the team as a whole.
Barilli there from a tight angle, but with the season that he's been having, easy money for him. Gets his 5th goal of the season. Good for the team lead, and Barilli an absolute terror along the left wing tonight. And in that second half, the Garnet terrorizing this Warriors defense to the tune of a 4-0 win.
And really, if you look at the difference from the first half to the second half of the Swarthmore Garnet team, it's night and day. They really took everything I was concerned about in the first half and changed it, improved it, and really came out firing on all cylinders in the second. Got that early goal that was able to make them comfortable. Had a lot of passages of play where they were just building slowly, and just had these great opportunities. There was that one brief moment where, with about 10 minutes left, where Lycoming was kind of pressing them a lot, and then just the floodgates opened. And 3 goals in the space of the last, 6 or 7 minutes, putting a very exciting finish on this game after having such a difficult loss the week before. Great second half performance from the Swarthmore Garnet. A great overall performance from Max Krall, the freshman goalkeeper.
The Garnet showing that they have a bad short-term memory, so to speak. I forget who coined that phrase originally, but forgetting that loss from Dickinson, coming out firing in the second half, and they rebound in great fashion with 4-0. They'll go on to take on Muhlenberg this Saturday in Allentown, Pennsylvania. You can catch that game at 7 p.m. over on the Mule Sport Network. And then Ursinus follows on October 2nd. That's next Wednesday. And then it's Garnet weekend, October 5th. Huge game against F&M. You can catch that at 1 p.m. on right here on the Garnet Sports Network. I'll have the call on that one, and we hope that you'll be able to join us then. From Santiago and Jacob Brady, thanks for joining us for a great win, and have a good night.
Good night.